Okay. So basically, what I was trying to say here is that we have this client. What's her name? Her name is Caroline. This is 2022. What we need to do is what you have done for the previous tax year. For example, this one, profit and loss, 2020. You see, that's your 2020 profit and loss. In order to do this in the software, we need the simple thing to do is to upload the transaction into the software. To upload the transaction from the bank statement into the tax software. Okay, the accounting software, which is Wave accounting. So, but this was for the previous tax year, so you have to go into a new folder, which is for 2023, and pull up the bank statement from 2022 tax year, because you are doing the pay profit and loss for 2022. If I open this document, which is already open somewhere here, this one here, you will see that it has 12 bank statement, 12 months of bank statement. This is January. If you scroll down, you will see that as the first bank statement has a couple of pages. Then we get to the next one, which is February. Then get the next one, which is March, and so on and so on. But we have done a previous job that will help us to check what we're doing. That previous job that was done, this was what? It was this thing right here that is done already. And you can see the name. If you search in your Google Drive with this name, you will access to this thing right here. But I can also share the link with you guys to access it directly. The link. So I'm sharing the link right now with you guys. So when you click on it, let's show Caroline 2022 bank statement BS. Okay. Okay, I see Chantal. Chantal, you say you can hear us, but you cannot talk. Okay, that's good if you can hear us. So if you have a question, ask the question on the chat. You know, you can also ask the question in the chat. If you have any question, Chantal, you click over here. You can ask the question. Lily, can you see me typing the question?
No.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I just sent a question right here. I'll just text you guys. So this for Chantal. Did you see at least that I sent something?
Yeah. Okay. And Chantal replied.
And Chantal replied. So Chantal, you can ask the question by typing your concern, and everybody will see it. So what I was saying is that I have created this one, so we can summarize all the income, which is a deposit or credit or whatever is positive in the bank statement. I've also created this one, expenses for all the cash out. They call it withdraw. It could also be cash out in the bank statement. For each month, we should, I was able to, do this. How did I come up with this? Every bank statement have a summary of the total amount of cash in, which is also a deposit, or credit or deposit, depending on how the bank statement is gonna call it. And it also has a total amount of cash out or debit or expenses, depending on how they call it. Over here, the first month, which is January right here, the total deposit is a 6,274. If you check here, you will see the exact amount. Let me see if I can zoom it up more, if it's possible. Okay, can you guys see it? You can see for January, this is the total cash in. They call it deposit. You see, deposit 6,274. Same thing here. For expenses, total expenses what? 5,383. Exact amount right here. The net, this should be like a net. That means income minus expenses is this one. This net is what should help you to see if you are doing you are uploading the transaction the right way, if what you're doing is correct. Okay, this one also help you to see if what you're doing is correct, in the sense that at the end you will check the income, you will also check the expenses. You will see the net on the profit and loss on the software. If it doesn't give this amount right here, it means that either you didn't put all the amount for the expense correctly, either didn't put all the amount for the income correctly. So let's go and check for the first one, which is January on the software, on the accounting software. Okay, let's go back here. This is query. I go to a transaction right here, or let's check the report first. On the report, if I go to profit and loss, I hit January. I need January 22. January 22, what is that? Right here. I hit update. Okay. You're gonna check together. Income 6274.05. We're gonna compare that with what is on the spreadsheet. You see, 6,274.05 cents. Same exact amount here. Over here, operating expenses. 5,383.99. 5,383.99. So net 890.06. Exact amount. So did you get everything up to this, Lily?
Yes. Is there expenses listed out, or do you just put the amount?
The expenses are here. You have to list all the expenses. You go to detail, you will see the expenses. Okay, now what you can also do to see all the expenses, if they are correct, is that I'm gonna go to transaction to see if all the expenses are correct. Accounting, transaction. I'm gonna pick the transaction for January 2022 only. You go to filter right here. And if I want to see the income, I go here. I check deposit, right? And I can also choose the date range. January. Okay. And I can say now apply. So it will only give me this. This is a deposit, right? It will only give me these 4 transactions here. And I can check if those are correct. You see? It only gives me those 4 transactions. Okay, how I sort it? It goes from the newest to the oldest. We can change it here. So it gives me the oldest from the newest. So it will start with the January 3rd instead of January 28th. It depends on how you want to see it. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Now it starts with January 3rd. And you can actually, if you have a split screen, you can put it to one side and put this one on the other side and see if you have reported everything. Let me do a small zoom here. Okay. January 3rd, 1,320. You see? Good, right? January 7th. You see? 922.50. January 14. It's right here. January 28th. 286,875. You see, but you do this when you check the the income and expenses and it doesn't match. That is how you come and check what is missing. You will see that you made a mistake here. Maybe instead of putting 1,320, maybe you put 1,350, because there will be a difference on the net income. And the difference in net income will show the difference maybe on the income, because the income doesn't match, the total income doesn't match. Let's say I'm gonna do something right here for you to see what I mean. Imagine that this amount, I'm gonna make a mistake here. Let's say I put over here for let's say this is how I was working when I was completing this thing here. Now I'm done with the income, I'm done with the expenses. I need to check the report. Go to profit and loss. I'm gonna check for January. January 22. Okay, update. Okay, now if I want to cross check this with what we have on the spreadsheet, which is this one right here. Okay, total income, is it correct?
February, yes.
No, it's not. Look at the January. Look at this amount. This is
But this is February on the left.
No, this one. Oh, this is February.
Look on the top.
Okay, let me. I need January. January. Okay. Now let's check the numbers. Look at this total amount here. Check if it's equal to this total income. Is it equal?
No.
You see that there's a problem, right? In the meantime, I check the expenses. Is this expense equal to this expense here in the software?
Yes.
You see, that means you know what the problem is, right? The problem is on the income.
Yeah.
Right? When this happens, then you have to now go to pull up all the transactions for the income. That's what I was doing earlier. So I'm gonna go to accounting. I'm gonna pull up the transaction for the income only for January, right?
Yes.
So because what type of transaction do I need? I need transaction only for deposit. For which date? Only for January 22. And that should be it for me. That's all what I need. And if I apply, you see, it gives me those 3 transactions. Again, it depends on how you want to see it. If you okay to see it like this, like from the nearest to the oldest, it's good. But if you want to put it this way so that you can match what you have on the bank statement, you can do so. The only thing I need to do is to check or cross-check transaction by transaction. Okay, now I don't need this anymore. I need the bank statement. Now I need to check. First transaction, January 3rd. What's the amount? 1,320. Let me check here. 1,000. Oh, crap. I put 1,340 instead of what? 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a mistake you made. You come back here and you edit right here. Edit. You can go back here and you put it 20. And you can go back here and see if let's check the other account amount. The second transaction is on January 7. The amount is 922.50 cents. That's good. The third one is 1,162.80 cents. Is good. The fourth one, 2,868.75 is good. So if I want to double check now and go back and check the report again to see if it matches now. And January 22. Okay, let me check. I'm not sure. I'm not good. How is it now? Looks like it's good now, right? Is it good now?
Yes.
See, it's correct now, right? We do the same exact thing with February. Do the same thing. We're gonna check now for February to see if February is good. And that is also how you can review it. If somebody does it, you just need to review it. You start with the numbers. Okay, you see here, February. Okay, is February correct? You check income, 41,176.45 cents. That's good. How about expenses? 5,261. That's good. Net income, good, right? Let's go and check for March. March update. Okay, 6,885. Income seems to be good. Wow. Expenses, 12,924. Oh crap. Is it correct? Really? Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's right here. Oh no, it's not correct.
not for March.
That is not, it's not good. No, it's not correct on the software. This one is correct. Okay. This one is correct. It means that we didn't report all the expenses. You understand, Lily?
Yes, the income's correct, not the expenses.
The expenses are not correct because I started with this thing right here and I explained that how do we come up with this summary? It's basically a summary of income and expenses. To do this thing here, this is what we did. We use this, all of this. So I'm gonna go to March because this is March month. If you go to March, you see here, total debits, deposit, 6,885. You see? It's correct, right? Income. Deposit, withdrawal, which is also to me is expenses. 12,924. 94 cents. You see? That means these are correct. These are accurate. I didn't want to have to check on the on the bank statement itself. That's why we create this one, which is simple. A simpler way to have a summary of all the transaction, all the all the income, all the cash in and cash out of the bank statement monthly. That's why we created this one. Okay, Chantal, are you on top of it? Chantal, are you okay? Okay, okay, that's good. She said yes. So, so this means that all of the transactions were not reported in the software. That's basically what it means. And how do we do it? How do we actually even know? Simple, I'll just show you. We go to transaction accounting. We go to transaction. And we are going to filter what we need to see. This time, I don't want to see the income or deposit. I want, what do I want to see? Withdrawal, which is actually expenses. And I want to see it for which period? For March 2022. March 2022. Now I can apply. Boom. And I can check. I'm going to put them the way that it starts with the newest, or the oldest to the newest. Okay, that way I can now cross check, right? You can cross check right here. This is, which month is this? This is March, yes. Okay, I'm gonna start with the, I'm not even gonna check the income, the cash in, because the cash in was correct, right? The deposit was correct, right?
Yes.
So by the way, this is not a deposit, this is a expenses. So I just need to go to the expenses. The expenses size is this one. It's withdrawal. I check transaction by transaction, date by date. March 2nd, this is March 2nd. What's the amount? 1,000, that is good. Okay. Second one, March 3rd, 1,586.20 cents. That is also good, right? I check the next one, March 4, invoice paid. Invoice paid check. 6,066.35 cents. I also have that correct. Okay. Let me see where we got wrong. After March, we have March 4 again. The amount is 367.29, which is, this is good. After March 4th, you have March 9. March 9 right here. And what's the amount? 119.93. That is good. Okay. And after that, you have another March 9. Account analysis charge. $6. Yes, this is accounted. After that, you have miscellaneous debit. It's what? 5,000. We don't have, yeah, we have that, right? We have that. 5 withdrawal were not reported. Okay, that's a good view, Chantal. Chantal said that 5 withdrawal were not reported. That's exact. So whoever was doing this didn't report it, all of the thing after miscellaneous debt. So we have to report this one, March 16, March 16, March 17, March 18, March 18 again, and March 31st. So Lily, you understand here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's go to see how we report it. How do we report it? I'm going to report the expenses here for you to see where we come up with all of this description. We're gonna do one or two report of two reports of the transaction. So since we are fixing something here, I'm gonna just go by fixing that. I will go to transaction. We are already on the transaction here. I'm just going to go to expenses and try to add the expenses that we miss to. Let me see if I can ask GPS to connect to the Zoom. So what happened here? What's the date? It's what? It's March what? Let me go back and check here. It's March 16. Okay. March 16, 2022. So March 16, 2022. What is the description? That's good. First question. What do I write here? Let's go back to the, now I'm gonna make it bigger so we can read it together. March 16, corporate tax as well for profit. So corporate tax. If you're not sure how to rephrase this, you can just type it the way it is. So it's easier for you to cross check, okay? So over here, I'm gonna just put the description is going to be corp tax the way it is, SOS for profit. Corp tax. SOS for profit. Now we know it's a withdrawal, which is an expense. Now, what type of expense is that? It looks like it's a taxes that they're paying. Corporate tax, SOS for profit. Type of expense. Expense, accounting fee, no. Bank service, no. Business license, no. Computer is not. Fuel, insurance, vehicle, interest, payroll. Payroll, salary, rental, repair, no. You see, so it doesn't fit anywhere. It doesn't fit nowhere here. Do you see that it fits somewhere here? Chantal or Lily, do you think it can match or fit in any of these expenses?
I'm looking. Perhaps, is it employer taxes?
Well,
Is it employer taxes?
no, it's not employer taxes.
Oh, okay, it's just regular taxes.
It's not fitting in nowhere here. So we can just put it as on categorized expense because we don't see where you can fit. Utility, vehicle repair, no, it's not fitting anywhere. Okay.
And we could just write a note, right?
Huh?
We could write a note.
Yeah, sure. We can put it here and put some notes on it. So we're gonna put it on categorize, and you can put a note here. Yeah, this is taxpayer. Must pay for the non-for-profit corporate. Now, cash on hands. I have created a bank. This didn't exist before. I have created this thing right here. The only thing that was there was cash on hands. But since all of these are coming from a bank account, we know exactly what bank account we use to make the payment. So we can pick the bank account, okay, which is American National Bank over here. Look over here. The name of the bank is what? American National Bank. Do you see it? And you can actually even create the profile, the bank information, date, address, phone number if you want to. But just want to show you that we have created this thing right here. If there's a new bank statement, we will also create a new bank account over here. Okay. So I'm gonna choose American National Bank. What's the amount? What's the amount? It was March. Chantal, you're an accountant, so I guess you understand what we're doing here.
Hello.
Yes, Jeepers, are you there?
Yes, Russell.
Okay, that's good. So it was March 16. The amount is $29. $29.
I added this expenses.
No, but it's not showing here. So yeah, stop. What we're going to continue here. So whatever you were doing, it didn't show here. That's what I'm doing. Okay, you can mute yourself if the noise is coming from your end. Just unmute yourself if you want to talk. So save this one. And Jeepers said that he created this account already. So we will just go and check if it is there twice. We will remove one. I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing it twice. So we can leave it. What we're going to do here is that you can also review the category, because this one, miscellaneous debt, this transaction right here, March 10, miscellaneous debt, 5,000. Jeepers was doing this. He categorized this as a bank service charge. Can we?
Russell, I can see the corporate tax twice in my system.
You can see in your system?
Yes.
Okay, you need to remove what you have done.
Okay.
No, don't do anything. We're gonna update, we're gonna refresh this. We will also be able to see it twice here. We're gonna cancel one. Okay.
Yes, Russell.
Don't touch anything. So I was saying that bank charge services, miscellaneous debt. I don't know if we should keep it as a bank service charge. It's not a bank service charge. Let me check here to see all the options that we have. Where is that? Okay, let's go to edit it right here. We call it bank service charge. I know it's an expense, but is it something that we should consider it as a bank service? Let's check what we have. Expenses. Bank service charge, computer, meal, supplies, payroll employees, Small tool repair. I don't see it over here. But what it is, it's a payment. Okay.
Yes.
It's a payment. I don't want to go into the balance sheet right here. We're gonna put it as uncategorized because it's not a bank service charge. It's like a debt payment. We are paying for a debt or something. You know that what shows in your bank account is not what it's not what the bank decide to put in your bank account. That's what I want you to understand. Whatever shows in your bank account, the bank doesn't decide. It's the other person, the other partner that create a description. It only shows in your bank account. Okay. This seems like account analysis, or this seems like something from the bank draft or something. This is what the company called Paycheck. This is how they have put a description so that it can show in the bank statement. So this is a partner or whatever it is that received the money from you, 1,000. This is how they have described the whatever service, whatever you are paying the money for. I want you guys to understand. So it's not a bank service, right? We agree, right? Lily?
Yes.
Lily, you agree with me?
Yes.
It's not a bank service. A bank service is something like account analysis charge or overdraft charge or bank draft or something like that. But this is something that the person you pay 1,000 to decided to describe what you paid, what are you paying for. I'm not seeing it over there among all the expenses, so I can put it as uncategorized, right? So we can put it as uncategorized because it's for sure it's not a bank service. You have to understand what is in there. So let me here. Here I'm gonna put them into uncategorized expense. Okay. Or you can maybe put it somewhere like a third-party debt payment, something like that. Debt payment. All of you guys are supposed to be accountants. That means one can do all of this and I can ask someone else to review it to see if we have categorized the transaction the right way. Okay.
Yes.
So you see that I have reviewed this transaction. The category is no longer bank statement or bank service charge. It's now uncategorized expenses. Okay. In another training or Zoom, we can see how we can actually create more accounts, because if you check here, when we have a more recurring type of transaction, we can create another account that will be used to categorize all of this. That means it's no longer going to be uncategorized, but it's gonna have a name. Okay, but that's not where we are for now. Okay, so now what do you have to do to go to the next one, the next transaction after After corporate is the March 17, right? March 17.
I added all the expenses for March.
But why
For
didn't
March.
I see it? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to refresh it, okay? Because GPEG was supposed to do it. Now he's saying that he has done that. What we're going to do is to refresh what we have now so that we can see all the expenses. Berlin, désolé, moi, en fait, ça va être un bon temps de faire. Ok, moi, on va faire ça pour yes, sauter, c'est moi venu travailler. Okay, so we're going to refresh what we have here for March. And we are going to check all the transactions the way we are doing. Filter. Withdraw from March. Okay, let's check. Apply. Okay. When I mean, you put it from the first one to the last one. Okay, then we can cross-check with what we have here. Okay. Let's check. You guys gonna let me know if it's there or no. Anyway, we know we went all the way to miscellaneous debt, which was on March 10. So I'm just gonna go to March 10. March 10 miscellaneous debt, 5,000. That's good. March 16, corporate tax. Corporate tax. March 15, corporate tax is there, but it's there twice. And GPEG has pulled it. This is what GPEG did, professional fee. Again, it's not a professional fee, okay? We agree it's not a professional fee, right? Because you have the same transaction twice. Is it a professional fee, Chantal or Lily? It's not a professional fee.
Oh, not the corporate tax, no.
Corporate tax is not a professional fee. It's uncategorized. It's a tax that they pay to a corporation. So we're gonna remove this one. To remove this one, we just go here. It was 10, right? It was 16, March 16. I'm gonna delete this one. Delete it. Yes, I'm gonna delete it. I'm sure I want to delete it. Okay, so March 16. March 16 is March 16 uncategorized expense. After that, we have March 17, payroll paycheck. March 17, payroll paycheck, how much? 1604. Payroll 1604.63. Okay, that's good. And then March 18, invoice paycheck. March 16, March 18, invoice paycheck. Okay. Okay, I want you guys to understand something here. You know what we put here, professional service fee? You see, both of them look the same, but we call this professional fee. Why? GPS, can you explain?
Yes, SL, because the company has completed the paychecks. That means that this organization hired the third party, those who complete the paychecks for the employee. So
Okay,
they are providing.
Yes, it's like a fee that they have to pay to some type of company or professionals to do the payroll for them, right? That's, as you see, that company send them an invoice. Lily, you understand this?
Yes.
So it's not the payroll, it's not the salary or wages. We understand this one because this is exactly the amount that the company pays to her employees. That's why we put here wages and salary or wages. That means this amount is going to the employee. And you can, it's easier to see it here. You see here on the, you see payroll. It's even say payroll, you see? Payroll means that we are paying something to the employees, right? It says payroll. Payroll, that is done by what? By Paychex, which is a company. So this is the amount that the company paid to her employee. That's why we categorize this as a pay, as a, you know, wages or salary. And this one, and they always go together. This one means that the company invoiced them for doing the paycheck for them. Okay. Now, let's go to this one, 18, tax paychecks, to see how GPS has categorized it. On the 18, same 18, taxes paychecks, payroll gross pay. Lily, do you understand why we put this payroll gross pay?
Yes, because it's for the employees.
It's for the employees. It means that there's part that goes to the net, to the employees on the wages. Another part, it still goes to the gross paycheck, but it's a tax part. It's like if your gross is 1,000, maybe 800 goes to your wages and 200 goes to the tax, right? That part is still part of the payroll because it's part of your gross payroll, right? That's why he chose this one. I want you guys to understand because you are going to do this or also going to do this. And you can take a screenshot of this to understand, if you're not sure for now, what you're gonna put as a category for each of those times, because they're gonna come back. We still have like many months. Each of those are gonna pick, have to do 1 month so that everything is done in once instead of one person doing everything. And we will review it together. So over here, we see that 18 taxes paychecks is right here. On the 18 is taxes paychecks. It's 400. Let me check this one if the amount was correct. Invoice back 5651. Okay, it's good. This one is 420.02. 120.02. That's correct. Now, payroll, check. Again, this is salary. You can see that it's like every 2 weeks. If you check, if you pay attention to it. Over here, it was on the 17th. It's after 2 weeks that you see it again. You see? So 1,720, 1,712. Let's check here if it's correct. 1,712.01. Is it 01? Yes. So now he has reported everything. We still now need to check if the income statement is going to, or profit and loss is going to match, right? You agree? We have to go there and match the income statement with this one. We are on March. We're gonna see if the total income is going to be this one, total expense is gonna be this one, and the net is gonna be this one. So let's go back to the software. And where do we go? We go to report. We go to profit and loss. We go to March 23 and March 22. March 22. We update it and we put them side by side with this one. Let's put it on the second side. Okay. Now let's take a close look. March income, that's good. March expenses, that's not good, right? What is missing? Can you guys use your calculator? Use what? Use your calculator to see what's the difference. Chantal.
I mentioned.
What? Lily, can you tell me what's the difference?
I mentioned the difference in the F column.
The F column. I know. You are the one doing it. I want somebody who just see this mistake, or not even a mistake, the difference, and trying to evaluate to see what's the difference. Okay, what's the difference? We just do this amount, 12,900.
It's $957.
It's how much?
$957 difference.
I'm doing myself. 924. Zippers, what's the difference? What's the amount of the difference?
Yes, the same amount.
Okay.
967.
Okay, 957. Okay, I got the same amount. Now, if you are doing it and you find a mistake, you find a difference, you have to go back to this to see where is the 957 coming from. Okay. So, Dipesh, were you able to see where it came from?
Yeah, 650 plus 300. There are two check paid. $650 and $300. That's it should be like 950.
So this one plus this one plus this one, right?
Yes.
It's 3 checks. Can you see it, Lily? There are 3 checks paid that are not listed here.
Mm-hmm.
This one, 650 plus 7 plus 300. Add those 3. What do you get?
957.
It means that we need to report this in the transaction. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, sir.
Shanta, do you get it? Okay, I guess Shanta says something. Okay, that's good. So first thing to do is to just go to check pay for the date, which this one is on March 1st, right? We're gonna do one check pay for March 1st, another check pay for March 29, another check pay for March 17. Let's do the first one, March pay, March. So I'm gonna go back here. I'll go back to transaction. It's under accounting. I'm gonna add expense. I'm gonna call it, okay, the date is March 1st. Remember, we are creating this one, March 1st. So go to March 1st. March 1st. Check paid. That's how they call it, right? Checks paid. Now, check paid is not really explanatory. Why did we pay? Let's look at the amount first. Why did we pay for that? If you don't know it, it's gonna be difficult to categorize it, right? Why did we pay for something? Why did we pay this check for? Then we can go down, you will see the image of the check. You see here, 650. That's the amount, right? Can you read this?
Oh, license.
Yes. That's a license something. So they paid this for, I don't know what type of license it was, but they paid it for a type of license. You know, when you are in the business, most of the time you pay some type of licensing and stuff like that to the state. So we're gonna call it licenses. And we know that there is a category that's related to a license that somebody is paying. Okay, for licenses, for license. So we can see here pay check paid for license, licensing. And we can go to categorize and check what category matches the licenses.
Business
payment.
license.
Business licenses and payment. Yes. Okay, it makes sense, right? Really,
Yes.
it makes sense, right? What was the amount? 650. Then it shouldn't be good here. And we do the next one. What's the next one? Another expense. Okay, what's the date? Based on what we have here, the date is March 29. So go to March 29, 2022. March 29. It's still a check paid. But why? Why was it paid for? We don't know. I don't know. But we can figure out. $7. What is that? I don't see it. It's not really clear. Can you read something here, guys?
Background check.
Background check. That's good. Background check. Okay. We can put it for background check. For background check. So where can we categorize that?
Supplier.
Where?
Supplier.
Supply? Really, do you think it's a supply?
Office supply.
No, I don't think it's a supply. You know what background check is, Jeepers? It's a
It's a
service.
third party.
It's a service that you pay to the government, or maybe it's like a requirement to do something. To me, it will go more into licensing and permit. Telephone, wireless, professional fee, payroll repair. To me, it will fall more into the permit, because if you don't do this, you can be, they can remove the right to run your business. So to me, it's more like a permit or licenses. Okay.
Yes, Russell.
Let me do something here. All of this account here, I'm just telling you, we're gonna put it because this is where it fit more. But we can actually even create an account in the chart of accounts, what you see over there, to identify any type of transaction we want to specify. So I'll put it here for now. Again, you can always change it later. But to me, it's more like if you don't do that, maybe they can prevent you from running your business. Okay, that's why I call it more like a permit. How much was it? $7, right?
Yes. But Russell, background check is like a third-party services. That means third party providing the services for checking the background of that particular candidate.
Third-party services. Okay, it's a third-party services. But to me, I was looking at it. As because I didn't see where it's going to fall. What do you think it can fall if you take it as a third-party services?
We can't put like their office expenses,
Office expenses?
supply, sorry, office supply.
It's not a supply. Supply is something. Supplies mean that's something that you purchase to do your business with. When you purchase all the thing, supplies, when you have,
Okay.
a hair salon, you purchase hair, you purchase some chemical that you use to do the hair. Those are office supplies. It's not office supply, basically. That's why I say that I leave it there like that, but I can go back and create a new category. That's what we're going to do after we do this one. Just for the sake of completing this one, let's keep it as a license permit. Okay, now what I'm going to do here before I continue, I will go into accounting and chart of account. And you can create new accounts here. You see, create a new account. You see what I mean? You can create a new
Yes.
account. What type of account is this? It's an expense.
Yes.
Type of account. It's an operating expense, for sure. It's not a cost of goods sold. We see it as an operating expense.
Yes.
We can also put as a cost of goods sold, because if we don't have that, we cannot run the business. Chantal, what do you think? So as expenses, operating expense. Anyway, it will be between those two right here. Okay, it's between those two. If I pay for a background check, is to do an investigation. It's not investigation. Yeah, background check most of the time is to let's simplify it. Since we are not manufacturing stuff, let's put it as operating expense. We don't want to dig into too much into what cost of goods is, what cost of goods sold is.
Yes, exactly.
Business. Yes,
We are taking.
yes. Yeah, Chantal says that the background check is to to check something on either on the business or on the employees or something like that. So let's say it's an operating expense. Maybe the company paid this background check for itself or for one of the employees. The company can spend money to pay for your background check. Now we can call it. We can decide to call it background check if you want to. How do you write background? Background check. Okay, you can always come back to create a description to it if you want to. So my point was just to say that you can always come back and create a more specified, category for any expense that you have, if you don't want to dump it into uncategorized. Okay, that was the point for me to come and create something here. Now I can go back to transaction here and go back to that same transaction from that we did it a few minutes ago, which was on March 29. Was March 29, right? March 29, what is that? It's right here, check paid for background check. I can review it, edit it, and put it into a more specified account. You see here, background check, right?
Yes.
I can choose now. You feel it comfortable. You feel happy when you can pick this, right? Anyway, it's still an expense. Okay, background check. So just to let you know that we can, whatever is not there, don't put it where it doesn't really belong to. It's better to put it onto uncategorized. If you want it, we can go and create sub account. If there's a same transaction coming over and over, we cannot create a different account for one single transaction that comes once in a while. I put it there, but just for the sake of showing you how to create a new account. But I shouldn't be doing it because I'm not sure it's going to happen even twice in 1 year. Okay, if something doesn't happen twice in 1 year, we just dump it into and categorize, right? But if it's something that comes over and over, but we don't know where to put it, we can create something specific for it. You understand, Lily?
Yes.
Chantal, do you understand? If it's not only about this one, about query. It will be only about order, bank statement from different accounts that you have to take care of. If you see, you don't understand, you're pretty sure that it doesn't fit on any of those accounts listed, dump it into and categorize. But once you pay attention that, oh, the same transaction is coming more than once, then you will think about going and creating a new account in chart of accounts. And we know that whether it's an income or an expense, you see, type, is it an income? Income is right here. Income, is it an income? Is it an expense? In the expenses, there will be operating expense and there will be cost of goods sold. Cost of goods is more when you manufacture something, you have to purchase raw material, you have to purchase this. Like when you do hair, the cost to buy hair to do somebody's hairstyle is part of the cost of goods. So because you buy it, you have to buy hair, you have to buy some type of chemical, you have to buy some type of product. Those are part of cost of goods sold. Because if you don't buy them, you cannot have a finished product. Or if you are manufacturing, a cake, you have to purchase many ingredients before you can actually make the cake. And after you make the cake, you have to have some, type of other expense that are not directly related to making the cake. Those are operating expense. Maybe you have to pay somebody to go and deliver the cake. You have to pay someone to whatever you spend money on. You have to have a software to design the cake. There are so many other things that is called overhead that you have to spend money on. So yes, we understand what you were doing here. So we still have one transaction to make for that month of March, because remember, there were 3 checks. We have used this check, we have accounted for this check, we still have one to account for. So let's go back here and look at the check. It's 300. The date is what? March 17. So let's go back here, add an expense for March 17. The year is 2022, March 17. Okay. So check paid for what? We don't know. How do we figure out? Rent. Oh, okay, we know. For rent. And category, it's easier to find that rent should be listed there, right? We're pretty sure that rent should be there. Rent expense. What's the amount? The amount is 200.
Yeah.
How do we make that rent? Through this one, American. Okay. Very good here. I believe that we have reported everything. If we think we have reported everything, we go and run the profit and loss again. No, it's not here. Report P&L. We pick March 22. We update report. Okay, let's double check with our spreadsheet. Okay, March income 68.85, good. Expense 12,924, 12,924.95, good. All right. Net loss 639.94. So are we good? You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question up to this? Because we have January, February, March done. If we're gonna split the last month, we have 3 months done. So we still have 9 months to be done. And we need to do them today. So any question before we assign the rest of the month, the 3 months? Chantal, do you have any question? Okay, it's okay for now. Chantal says okay for now. GPS, it should be okay because I started this morning with you, right?
Yes.
And now, the only thing I didn't show now is that once you finished it and you see that it's correct, once you look at this, it matches this, what is here, you know is correct. Maybe what is not correct could be, the categorization that you have done, okay? At least the number are correct. Maybe you didn't categorize the right way. That's why I will still review it. Maybe you didn't put the right description. That's why I will still review it. But it's already good that the amount, the amount will be good. So once you do that, I'm gonna want you to put details here. When you put details, you now need to export it. You export it. You export it on PDF. Okay? Export it on PDF. It's right here. I'm gonna cut this one and pull it into Caroline folder. I'm gonna call this PNL. PNL or just PNL. And I'm gonna dump it in here. Yeah, I'm gonna call it PNL match. Okay. And you should have the same name. Or if the name is too long, we can just, cut everything. I want all the things to have the same name. So whatever you put here is gonna have the same name, Profit and Loss, March 22. And Deepesh, I'm gonna want you, if you saw what you have done, I want you to download, to export. Let's say February. I'll do it again. Lily, you want to do it on live to export the PNL for February?
For February,
Yeah.
I didn't see where you got it from.
Okay.
Oh, from Wave.
We are here.
Okay, on Wave. Okay, I can do that.
We are here. We are here. So I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share yours. Share your screen and show me how you can actually export the PNL. And let me share my screen again so you can see what it looks like. Look, when I open that file, when I open this, this is what it will show. You see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we get. You see, profit and loss query. This is March 1st to March 31st. This is what we will get. Okay. This is what we get. And we can see the time that we have done it. We are created today, March 25th. So, yes, share your screen and show us how we can, export or generate the reports for February 2022. That's not good. It's not good. You have to make it into
the details.
Yes.
One. Okay. Okay, it's February. Okay, so that's the February one, the details.
Okay, you have the details.
Was that all I was supposed to do? Or I do something else after this?
Don't you know where you save this? You have to copy it and drop it into Caroline folder
Okay.
and rename it the way the other one is there.
I wonder if it's already in here. I'm sure it's in here.
पजामा टाइट कर दिया आपने। हाँ। वो तो यार ठीक है। वो कह रहे थे हो जाए। किस लेंगे? बड़ी है भाई। ठीक है।
No, it's profit. It's profit, not profit. The same, the whole word, profit and loss.
Okay. February.
Remove query, home care, blah blah blah, up to profit. Just leave profit. Yeah, start with profit so that it's not too long. Now open
Oh.
it.
Let me put it on a charger computer.
Good job. Chantal, that's gonna be your turn, girl. Okay, that's good, Lily. Stop sharing. Chantal can do the same. Chantal, are you there? Chantal, can you do it? Oh, she cannot access the software. Share your link. Share your email right now in the chat. To access the software, we need to add you, need to grant you access. We need to invite you inside the software. So I want you to share your email. Okay. So, what's your last name, Chantal? Martha? Okay. Okay, Chantal, check your email. Check your email and you can share your screen. Check your email to see if you can access to it. In the meantime, GPS, I want you to create January. Share your screen, GPS, and do the January
Okay.
one. Share your screen, GPS. No. You have to update the report. You have to go into the detail and stuff. You saw how Chantal did it. Lily did it.
I updated.
Okay, and then what? So as you are doing your part, the assignment I'm gonna give you, when you check that the report is good, you update it, you pull it and you export it into the folder after you have checked that is correct, the net profit is correct. Remove query, remove the name of the business. Yes, leave from profit. Okay. It's in 2023. Okay. If you're done, you open it. Once you do it, you can open it from there. So we can double check. Okay, that's good. So Chantal, we're waiting for Chantal to do hers now. Okay, stop sharing. Okay. Chantal, are you having issue? So as Chantal is doing, you guys need to write down April, May, and June. Lily, please, we're gonna do April, May, and June. Okay. Deepesh, you're
Wait,
going to
what months am I doing? I didn't hear.
the next 3 months, April, May, June. And the next 3 months is Deepesh. That means July. After July is what? August and September. And Chantal,
Yes.
we do what is after September? October, November, and December. Whenever you finish 1 month, you have to mention in the group, I'm done with November. I'm done with, April, so that I can go and review them. We don't have to finish everything before we go and check everything, so there are a lot of mistakes on it. When you finish 1 month, let me know that. Just mention, I'm done, I've completed, P&L, or I've completed transaction for April. I've completed transaction query transaction for May. You have to, when you finish one, you have to mention in the group. Okay.
Yes, Rasan.
Okay, looks like Chantal is sharing her screen. Okay, for Chantal, I'm gonna delete something, the one I did, which was for March. I'm gonna delete it so she can do it. Chantal, what we're doing here, we're trying to create a report, a P&L report, and export it. It's not under under accounting. It's on the report. So as we're doing this, you guys have to write down what you think you may forget. I said to do it for March. March 2023 and 2022. What is she missing, Lily? Shanta, you have to upload.
The details.
You have to put details, and you hit update report. You're supposed to see the numbers. The number income doesn't supposed to be 0. Net profit doesn't supposed to be 0. You have to hit update report, so you can see the result. Okay, now your result is on a summary. Scroll up to see that it's on the summary. Now you have to put in detail. Are you sure that you finished exporting it? Did you finish export? Anyway, Go ahead and do something. Okay, that's good. You have to rename that file. It should be only profit and loss, March 2022. Need to import it. Okay. Okay, I think it's in there. It's in there. Zoom it so we can see. Yeah, scroll up. Okay. Okay, that's good. So yeah, stop sharing. Stop the screen sharing. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys Chantal, stop screen sharing. You stop? No, still there. Okay. Chantal disappeared. So Lily, the last thing I want to share is that you will see that on the okay, I hope I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically, when we go back to the transaction, what's accounting transaction on the income side, you will see that. Let's say I'm going to try to check the transaction for maybe March, income only, not expense, income. Okay, for the month of March. Let's say March, the one we just did, March 2022. 2022. Okay, you see how we are calling those expenses. Let me go to this thing right here. I want you to understand why we call those expenses like that. I mean, the description. Okay, over here on March 4, let me put it this way so you can sort it on the different from the oldest to the newest. So March 4, it says NEHHS NFO state of Nebraska, blah, blah, blah. The amount is 2,692. I call it the payment, okay? To me, it's the payment. Remember, this is a healthcare facility, healthcare company. That means they provide businesses to, to taxpayer, to people. And I guess it's the insurance, it's the state insurance that is paid this company. Okay, do you understand, Lily? Because I want you to understand why we put this. Okay, let me go here and go to edit.
Yes, I understand. We put only the income so we could compare the income on the bank statement.
The payment received from the Nebraska state. Okay, this is basically a sales. They have provided services to people, and then the state is paying that company because the state has the fund to pay for state insurance for citizens, right? You know, when you have insurance, you go and you just give your card or insurance card to the hospital to receive some care. Then the hospital will bill the insurance company. Sometimes it's the state insurance. Okay. So basically, you bill them, they're gonna pay you. So that is a sales. Okay. Do you see that, Lily?
Yes.
Lily? So yes, I want you. That's why we put it as a sales. We put that transaction as because it's an income. Okay. If it's an income, what type of income it is? Income account. The company is on the job to provide cares, and that's why it's a sales. Okay. And we put the description as being payment received from the state, from Nebraska state. Okay. I just wanted you to understand why we put sales here and why we put payment received from from Nebraska state. So basically they receive money and they bill the state. The state pays them. That's how they work to make money. They provide services. Those people to which they provide services have some type of agreement. It could be the health insurance that is paid by the state. So they will now bill the state. So that's the reason why. And they receive the money inside this account. Okay, that's where they receive the money. Yeah. So that's the only thing I wanted to share, because they're receiving the same type of income. It's like all of the income, all of the cash in is only coming from the state. All of the incomes. Let me check. Let me double check. You see here, for each month is almost the same payment that they're receiving from the same institution. But the expenses changes. Sometimes it's a payroll. Sometimes it's a rent and stuff. So you see, it should be very easy to do the income part because it's basically the same type of transaction. And really pay close attention when it comes to withdraw or expenses. Just like it happened for May, for March, it's gonna be the same thing here on May. You see many checks here. If you don't account for them, the total expense is not going to match this one over here on this spreadsheet. And I believe that I shared this link with you in the group. So go there when you work, compare, check if it's matching. If you are not able to match something, you let us know. I'm having issue. I don't know why it's not matching. I double check, I checked 3 times. Everything is good, but it's still not matching this. First of all your expenses should be this one, or your income should be this one here. Okay, so I think you have shared more than what we could have been able to share on this matter. I want you guys to, if you forgot, Lily will do April, May, June. Jeepers will do August, September, August, no, July, August.
July, yes.
July, August, and September. And Chantal, you will do October, November, December. Top chrono, guys. I'm ready for you. Whenever you're done with ones, you share in the group. I'm done with May transaction. I'm done with April transaction. I'm done with June transaction. So I can also go and double check them, little by little, month by month, instead of waiting for 9 months and look at a lot of error or mistake into 9 months. And that is crazy because it will take more time for us to review everything and be able to do what? To do what is called business return, because what you're doing is only when you have that we should be able to do the business return for this company. That's a corporation. The corporation works. That's why if you have to do somebody's corporation, that's why we ask. I ask for income statement. The income statement will show us what are all the income of the business for the year and what are all the incomes for what are the expenses for the year. Those are maintained into the income statement. That's why if a company doesn't have it, the first thing to do with the company is to put up any financial information and create those profit and loss first before you can accurately create some type of business return. Okay, Lily, do you understand? So if you have to do a business return, the first thing to do, if it's a normal business maintaining his book, even though they don't maintain the book, if they maintain the book, they will just pull up the profit and loss and give it to us. If they don't, and they want to do things accurately, we will want to pull up the bank statement, okay? And try to use the bank statement to do some type of profit and loss by month. When you have by month, you can generate for the year. You can have one for the year, which will be the one to be used to prepare what? to prepare the business return for them. I'm saying that because we will be having somebody's return to do. Accra, I'm talking about Vasco. We're supposed to do Vasco tax return. In order to do that, we might need to pull up his income statement, his bank statement. He has maybe 3 or 4 bank statements. We may need to pull up those information into his account so that we can basically do things faster and more accurately. Okay, but there's a different way to do those things, because with Vasco, we will pull up the transaction directly from the bank account if you have access. If you don't have access, we will get the bank statement, like PDF bank statement. But the best way, the more accurate way to do is to pull up all the transaction from the bank directly. That's what we normally do. That's what I normally do with some businesses. We pull up the transaction so the software can generate those transactions for us. The only thing we have to do is to try to categorize them to see if this really fits, because sometimes when it does that, the system can also categorize them, but some transactions could be miscategorized. And we can now review them to recategorize them to have a correct categorization of the transaction, or have a more accurate and better income statement for the company. That is called more informed financial document for the business owner. Okay, if we don't have no more questions, I'm waiting for you guys in the group. Whenever you share, we finish with one statement. So Chantal, Lily, you can end the the meeting because you are the host.
Okay.
And then please pull up this meeting in YouTube, please. That means it will empty your drive.
Okay.